Varun Thakkar. I'm a wildlife photographer, and I've been into wildlife since last 17 years now as a photographer. So today I'll be taking you on my journey, a part of my journey, and I'll be showing you some images which I've captured during this time period. And I'll be telling you a few aspects of photography, wildlife photography. For us, wildlife photography is not just capturing wildlife, but through a different perspective. Because I always say, when it comes to wildlife photography, it's your perspective that matters. That is what makes you different. So, I'll be starting my slide. Can you switch off the lights? Okay, so the art of wildlife photography. Why do we call it as an art? Because there is something which makes us different, right? And it is the artist's perspective, which I'm going to showcase in front of you. So I'll be starting with my images. This image is from Uttarakhand, Jim Corbett National Park, in the foothills of the Himalayas. So basically, this huge male elephant was in the grasslands early morning. So what makes it different is the composition of the picture, like the framing of the picture. So a normal tourist or other jeeps usually tell us like, आपको क्या दिखता है हाथी? Like आप tiger के लिए आते हो यहाँ पे हम हाथी photograph करते हैं, but you know this is the landscape that makes this place, this picture different. And this is a picture of two submarine elephants. So what basically happens is, this is actually a play fight. This is a play fight and you need to understand the behavior of the animal first of all. So usually when two submarine male elephants they play fight, they tackle their trunks. And we were actually waiting for this moment and luckily I got that tiny one, little one walking in the background. So last year, 2021, this image was awarded by Wildlife Institute of India. Then we have this beautiful sunset with the Ram and river in the backdrop and the elephant. Then these are two female elephants and if you look closely, there is a tiny calf in between them. So this is peak summer's month of May. Yeah, so there's a very interesting story behind this picture. There's this tiny calf holding a mother by her tail. So what usually happens is when the grass is green, elephants prefer eating fresh green grass. And problem bhi wahi hota hai because of the insects. Elephants can't tolerate insect bite. So what happens is the mother keeps moving in the grassland, and when the calf wants to feed, he cannot catch up with the speed of the mother. So as you can see, the calf is trying to hold the mother's tail as if asking her to stop. And when she stops, he starts feeding. So this is what happens. So you need to understand the behavior, the animal behavior for this. Then there is this tiny calf again. So basically the story behind this is that this calf was attacked by a tiger. And when all the elephants surrounded the calf, he was, of course, in a panic mode as being attacked by a tiger. So there are two females who are trying to calm the calf down. So this picture got me an award in 2015 and a couple of more international recognitions. And this picture is from Kenya, Masai Mara. So this bird is called as a southern ground hornbill. So what is happening in this picture is the mother is feeding the little one with the insect. Even this picture got me an award in 2021. Again, this beautiful picture is from Masai Mara. So the mammal in this is called as a topi. So when Masai Mara is grassland, it's plains. So you walk through the horizon. So these pictures are not so common there. But yeah, this is the creativity that. Okay, so this picture got me, I think, 6 awards. And the main part was I got awarded in 2012, 2014, and a couple of more after that. So basically, I can say that this picture got Tarawa Tiger Reserve on the global map. This is, I think, 14-year-old picture, 13 or 14-year-old, I suppose. This picture got published all over the world, all over the country, in different newspapers. Then after the awards and the recognitions, people started knowing about Tarawa. So this series of image, I can say, this thing got Tarawa and the Tiger Reserve on the global map. And this picture is from the Western Himalayas of Uttarakhand. The bird is called as Himalayan monal. I'll show you a close-up of it later. So the bird is called Himalayan monal. And this bird is found about 10,000 feet above sea level. So I specifically went to Uttarakhand only and only to photograph Himalayan monal. And then this picture is from Panna Tiger Reserve. The overall feel of the picture makes it different for me. And I photographed this tiger while boating. We were in a boat this time. So the most interesting part of wildlife photography for me is, of course, playing with light. Because as wildlife photographers, we have to create light. Or we have to shoot in the given condition. We cannot ask a subject, we have to shoot in the given condition. We have to create images. So basically, I tell everyone there's a difference in taking an image and making an image. So playing with light, basically, we have to make image using our creativity and our presence of mind. So this picture is again from Jim Corbett. So because of this project running, the lights are, you can't see the effect. But anyway, so there is this elephant calf standing behind the mother, and the rays of the sun are falling on the calf. Then again, this is from Uttarakhand Corbett Tiger Reserve. There are like 2 male elephants fighting right in the center of Ramganga River. This picture also got me a couple of international recognitions and publications. And again, this beautiful sunlight is, this picture is from Corbett Tiger Reserve again. So there is this herd of spotted deer and you can see that spotlight effect. This is all natural light. We cannot create light in photography. So this is all natural, and that is why I named this chapter as Playing with Light. Again, this is Uttarakhand. So can you just guess what is that haze or mist or smoke kind of thing in the background? I'm sure you guys would have heard about the forest fires of Uttarakhand in 2016, when the whole Uttarakhand was burning. That time I was in Corbett Tiger Reserve. And if you see the background, people thought that this is from winters, this is peak winters. But let me tell you that this was the month of April, peak summers, and in the background what we see is a smoke. The forest fire, the smoke. And there was this herd of elephant which was crossing. So I intentionally made a wide angle frame of this, just to give you the feel of the picture and just to show the whole habitat. And just to show that how badly these forests were burning. I'll show you some more pictures. This picture is from Kenya, Masai Mara. There is a beautiful giraffe. The best thing I like about Kenya is whenever I ask people, like, Kenya, what do you like Masai Mara? They're like lion, cheetah, deer, and the best thing for me that makes that place different is the sky. In the sky, the drama in the sky and the clouds, there is something different which we need to utilize as a photographer. And again, this picture is from Corbett Tiger Reserve. This beautiful elephant crossing the Ramganga River early morning. still out of a herd of elephants. And this portrait of a lion come from Kenya, Masai Mara. And this is the projector is spoiled all the colors. Anyway, so this is a male lion early morning at Kenya, Masai Mara. Okay, so yeah, this is an interesting picture. This is not just a landscape. If you see, this picture has been clicked at a place called Satakpur, Nepal, in our district. So this is called a sleeping Buddha. If you can see the shape, this is the face and this is the whole body. So this place is called as a sleeping Buddha, which this is Mount Kanchenjunga. And to the left, not in the picture, but to the left you can see Mount Everest. So this place is frequently visited by tourists. But this is early morning. These are like first rays of the sun falling on Mount Kanchenjunga. But the projector given this, you can't see those colors which are actually there. So yeah, the most important thing is perspective that matters. Because it is the perspective that makes you different. It is your perspective that makes you creative. And in wildlife photography, I feel this is what makes me different. So, even this picture has been clicked using a mobile phone. This is corporate typeism again. So I used a mobile phone for this picture, but only thing is the perspective that matters. And you won't believe that this mobile phone picture also got me to the BBC finals. BBC is considered as the Oscars of wildlife photography. So this mobile phone picture got me to BBC finals as well. So this picture is from North Sikkim, 18,500 feet above sea level. So the drama behind this picture was there was this snowstorm that was arising at the backdrop. And this is the Tibetan gazelle. So what makes this picture different for me is the mood of the overall frame. Like the projector is actually not doing justice to the colors here, so can't help it. This is again a topi from Masai Mara. So again a wide angle picture. Okay, so this series of, this is not the image which I want to show, but this is an example. Like what basically is perspective. This was the situation in front of my eyes. 4 cheetahs. Like one is back in the grassland there. So these 4 cheetahs, and they were climbing trees, which cheetahs usually don't do. So I was carrying 4 lenses at this time. I had that big 500 mm and a couple of more. This was shot at 200 mm. Then I shot this at 500. But I myself got not satisfied with my picture. So the next image which I'm going to show you, that made it to the BBC finals again. And that has been shot by a kit lens of a camera. But it was the overall mood of the picture, the composition, which made that image stand out. This is that picture. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's your perspective that makes you different. I had all this thing in front of my eyes. I had the bigger lenses, I had the smaller lenses, but the only thing is using the right camera at the right time is what matters. So this image got me 2 awards till now, and this image has reached one of the final rounds of a very prestigious competition of the world, and I am actually proud to say that I'm the only Indian who has made it to the final set. So yeah, this is a very, very special picture for me. If you can see, there is a leopard on top of a tree. So this picture basically shows the landscape, the habitat of Peck's Tiger Reserve, with all these rocks, the dry trees, the grassland, open area, and the typical behavior of a leopard, which is sitting right on top of a tree. So what makes this special picture for me is, of course, the awards, And this picture actually got me married. So that's a long story. And this is again a beautiful landscape from Uttarakhand, Corbett Tiger Reserve. So the patch of dark clouds, and you can see this white patch. So basically, see, as you can see, it is raining out here. So that is the rain which is falling in the Ramanga River. So I made a wide angle picture just to show the whole mood of the picture, the grasslands, the elephants, this is the safari track and the rain. And then this is the beautiful Corbett Tiger Reserve. Yeah, even this picture got me very good publications. This is a Malabar giant squirrel, and this picture has been clicked using a mobile phone. We have the wide angle feature in the phone, so I made use of that wide angle feature. This is again the foothills of the Himalayas, Corbett Tiger Reserve, showing the beautiful landscape and the elephants in the grasslands. If you see the symmetry, elephant, usually a female elephant leads the herd, not a male. So as you can see, the female, then a little one, then Ustabana, then Ustabana, then Ustabana, this one. Luckily I got a symmetry there. So this, even this picture got published worldwide. And the story behind it is, I saw a few tiger cubs playing in the water. Luckily, I had a few more bigger lenses with me. So, as I told you, understanding the behavior is important. I picked up the bigger lenses and I was just focusing on the tail of the tiger. Because you know, जब पानी उड़ता है तो it can create any shape anytime. So, this is what I got that time. So, quite a lot of people messaged me, अच्छा edit किया, अच्छा Photoshop है ये. So, that is, I feel, that is one of the best compliments a photographer can get. So this is one of my recent pictures. I made this image this February, I suppose, Jan or Feb. This is from Sanjay Dugri Tiger Reserve, Madhya Pradesh. Even this picture got awarded recently, and it is soon going to get one more award. So this is from Sanjay Dugri, Madhya Pradesh, and the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh had personally asked me for a copy of this picture. So this is a bit of a creative side of photography, I would say. I made this images using a feature, not a feature, but yeah, I shot it at a slower shutter speed, just to get that creative, running kind of effect in the images. Like these are window views from Kenya during the Great Migration. So they give you a lot of opportunities to make different images, but because of the projector brightness, ठीक है वो आप एडजस्ट करके कुछ और भी कर देगा बस ठीक है थोड़ा 50 भी कर दीजिए So as you can see the panning effect is done, like as if the frame is running with you. So this is what I created using a slow shutter speed of the camera. So this is a zebra running with the... So again using the same thing, the slow shutter speed. And these are again the window beats. So you can see that panning effect. When you see this image on a full screen, that time you get that effect. Yeah, so even one more very important topic. Sorry. And I can say that how important fitness is, we don't realize. And especially when it comes to wildlife photography, everyone thinks, karna hi kya hai? Camera लो, जैसे में बैठो, right लो, left लो, आगे पीछे, that's it. But I can tell you that I'm standing here right in front of you, alive, that is because of wildlife photography. I was hospitalized during COVID, and I was quite critical. And because of wildlife, because of some mindset, because of my fitness, I survived COVID. I'll tell you the story now. So, importance of fitness. We have to travel to different landscape, different location, different terrain. Like this was minus 16 degrees at 18,500 feet. But this was 60,000 feet. Then we have to travel a long way. As you can see, the cameras which I am carrying, the camera weighs around 5.5 to 6 kg. And the tripod which is being used here, tripod weighs around 2.5 to 3 kg. Overall, 8 kg here weighs more than 20 kg up in the hills. So it is very difficult to carry all the equipment that usually we don't get porters in North Sikkim. So we have to carry our camera bears ourselves. So carry the 8 kg camera here and carry the 8 kg at 16,000, 18,000 feet with 20% oxygen. So that made it more difficult. So we practiced walking on the black ice. So कहीं अगर slip होते हो तो आप कैसे संभालोगे? हमको नहीं कैमरे को, because cameras are more important than us. Yeah, so I tasted oxygen way before COVID. This is 2018, North Sikkim. आप लोग ये सोच रहे हो कि इतने ठंडी के कपड़े पहने पीछे बर्फ तो कुछ है नहीं. But I am sure you would have heard about the cold desert, the Trans-Himalayan. So this is the cold desert of the Trans-Himalayan. The temperature here was minus 18. Oxygen was hardly 20%. Like bullet, जो थी bullet bike वहाँ नहीं चल पाती क्योंकि oxygen कम है. So I tasted oxygen there in North Sikkim in 2018 जब COVID का तो नामो निशान भी नहीं था. But we had to use the oxygen cylinder on and off. क्योंकि photography आप जब करते हो when you lift up that camera, you have to hold your breath. And if we hold our breath for 10 seconds, उसके बाद हमको चक्कर आने लगते थे. That is because our oxygen levels were dropping. SpO2 reached to 65, 60. This happened and that time we had to make use of the oxygen cylinder. And I went to, आप लोग ये भी सोचो कि वहाँ जाके करना क्या था? So I went there for a couple of species. One of them is called as argali. I'm sure काफी लोगों ने सुना भी नहीं होगा. Because जब मुझे पता चला इसके बारे में that argalis are only 330 left in the wild, in the whole world. Only 330. And there is a species called as a Tibetan sandfox. Luckily, that time I was one of the second person in India to photograph that species in India. And second to the first मेरे साथ ही था मेरे आगे था. So this is the Himalayan monarch. The picture which I showed you with the landscape. So this is that beautiful bird, Himalayan monarch. And this is, I made this trip to Nepal only for red pandas. And I was very fortunate to see the tiny cubs of red panda there. There were very less photographers in India have photographed red panda. So this is that species, argali. The picture you are seeing are two of them out of the 330 left in the wild, in the whole world. So I was quite fortunate enough to at least see two of them. This is North Sikkim, 18,200 feet. And then the next picture which I am going to show you was one of the first or second records in India of the Tibetan sandfox. By a photographer, I must say. So this is the Tibetan sandfox. When I heard about this species, I had to Google कि दिखता कैसा है. And I felt इतने सालों से wildlife photography में I don't know about Tibetan sandfox because there were very less photographic records in India. And none of the Indian photographers till 2018 had photographed Indian sandfox, Tibetan sandfox, I'm sorry. So that's why we made a trip to North Sikkim, for which I had to lose around 16 kgs of weight. I used to walk daily for 10 to 11 kilometers on an average, carrying that 20 kg camera backpack, just to get used to the habitat, the terrain of North Sikkim. And luckily I was able to survive there for 5 days without collapsing. And you won't believe, I had two locals with me just to help me out, and one of our locals fainted. And later on, some army guy. This area comes under the Indian Army. I'm sure you would have heard about that Doklam Malakand of Indian Army. So I was 1 minute aviation distance from Doklam. So this is that region. So we had to get permission from the army and all. So there was this army person who was somewhere around from Nagpur. That time he told me कि आपने यहाँ 5 दिन survive किया है. You don't know what you have achieved in life. And that gave me the confidence like yes, we can do it. And 20% oxygen level playing with your mind is what matters. The reason I didn't collapse then was I was mentally strong. And that is what helped me during COVID. That is what helped me come out of COVID. Okay, so favorite subjects of tigers. You guys will be wondering, कि अभी तक tiger की images क्यों नहीं दिखाया था? Because there is a lot more than tigers in wildlife photography. But अगर tiger images नहीं दिखाता तो आप सबसे बोर भी हो जाते. But yes, so this is of course my favorite and हम सबका favorite tiger. So I will be showing you some beautiful tiger images which I made. So this picture is from Bandhavgarh, a tiny little tiger cub. This was in 2016, and the early morning sunlight you can see here. Just early morning, the tigers were lazing around, and this is a huge male tiger from Panna Tiger Reserve. So this male is called as a P243. So Panna में थोड़ा tigers का नाम देने का तरीका अलग है. So 243 is because 2 is T2. There were tigers relocated to Panna. So 2 is official number given by the forest department of the father or the mother. So T2, 4 is the fourth letter and 3 is the third cub. So that is why they named this P243. Much better than all the public pinky and जो कुत्तों के नाम जो tiger को देते हैं. So it's much better to call the tigers by their official number. So this is a very interesting picture from Panna. I photographed this tiger again while boating. So you can see this magenta tinge on the rocks. The colors have not been added. You could see this by your naked eyes. Because what I learned about this magenta tinge is, during the start of winters, there is this fungal infection on the rocks which happens. And this happens only in Panna landscape, is what I learned. So this is that fungal infection. This happens only during the start of winters. So manager, that is why I took the boat and I went to the riverside. I want to photograph this fungal infection. I want to, because it is very difficult to imagine a black rock and a super magenta, red, orange color. But Panna is full of color. And when we went there, we were more than fortunate enough to see a tiger on those rocks. So this is Pinch Tiger Reserve, Maharashtra, hardly 60 kilometers from Nagpur. So there was this tigers lying around and some butterflies were there. So there is quite a lot of technicality behind this image. And again, I got some lovely comments like Photoshop there, Mars there, Morph there. Because usually the trend these days is leopard ke samne, butterfly, and all those things. But I made this image way before this trend started going. This is 2015. So this is this female with the 3 cubs. This picture has been made outside the tiger reserve. I go to tiger reserve quite often and I have some local contacts. So whenever there is a tiger activity outside the park, I usually get a call. यहाँ ये हुआ है, वहाँ हुआ है. So I got a call this day that there is this tiger with 3 cubs who has made a sambar cave. And luckily I was in Pex Tiger Reserve that time. So you can see the shadow of the car headlights here. So this is outside the tiger reserve. And then again one of my personal favorites. This is from Panna. This tiger is called as 141. And I was badly wanting a tiger in the backdrop of this gods. This is a place called Tudua Waterfalls in Panna. And this bunch of tigers is again very close to Nagpur. Hardly 35 kilometers is a place called Kubara Gate of West Pets. Pets tigers are Maharashtra side. This is a suburb from the buffers of Tadoba. And this male cub is Pampana. I shot this in winters, early morning. Yeah. So very, very interesting story behind this picture. This is again Corbett Tiger Reserve, Ramganga River and a tiger chasing the deer. I started going to Corbett 12 years ago, and I badly wanted to see a tiger in the Ramganga River. You won't believe, but I had to wait for 68 safaris, and there are 2 safaris in a day. एक ट्रिप में हम 4 दिन 5 दिन रुकते हैं. So just imagine the number of trips I made. 68 safaris, that is more than 6 trips or 3.5 years, just to see one tiger in Ramganga River. But वो कहते हैं ना कि patience pays off. So this is what I saw for the very first time. And tiger making a kill itself is a very rare moment. And tiger making a kill in Ramganga River. This was a successful hunt. I don't have the series of pictures here, but yeah, this was a successful hunt. The tiger made a kill, and 68 safaris, of course, paid off. This is a suburb from the buffers of Tadoba. And this is again outside the park, the twilight tiger. So I again got a call from someone that there are tigers outside the park somewhere in Nagpur. As you can see, just Andhera Huaita, and I used a torch light here. And this beautiful portrait is again from the buffers of Tadoba. Yeah, so this is quite a rare picture of 6 tigers in a frame. As we know that tigers are solitary. They usually don't stay together. So this was again near Nagpur, Red Karanda Tiger Reserve. I'm sure there are quite a lot of wildlife friends here who all know about Red Karanda and this tiger family. So there were this female and 4 cubs here. 5 cubs, sorry. So she raised all the 5 and they are dispersed now. So this is a male tiger again from the buffer zone of Tadoba. Recently he was in news for killing another dominant male tiger of Tadoba. So this is quite a famous picture of wildlife ka Purana Zamana is what I say. I made this picture around 14 years ago in Pandavagar Tiger Reserve. So this male was, I can say, the celebrity of Pandavagar. His name was Bamera. So this male tiger was quite famous there. And when I made this picture, this kind of picture 14 years ago was a rare thing. So this picture got me a lot of international recognition and publication. And this is the male tiger from the outskirts of the park. So this set of 3 images, you can see this is a male dove, a subadult dove who wants to be loved. But you know, एक tiger से भी ये होता है कि माँ बहुत जल्दी irritate होती है. So as you can see, the mother is not at all interested. It's like you go and say that let me sit. But at the end, माँ तो माँ ही है आखिरी में. So the cub he tries to convince the mother. And after getting a nice lick, he went inside the bushes and slept off. So thank you so much.